There we go. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. Or if not loud and clear, at least visually and soundily acceptable. How are you all doing, everyone? Hoping I'm there. I'm not sure the microphones are working, actually. Just waiting for people to watch adverts. Am I coming through loud and clear? Because the microphone sign isn't working at the moment. All good. Excellent. Right. Yeah, welcome to the HubNut Quiz. Sorry about a slightly shaky start. It's always tricky to start a live stream. As Bill Bailey used to say, trying to start something like this, it's a bit like trying to start a new loo roll. You scrabble at it and scrabble at it, and and eventually you think you've got it, and then you haven't got it, and you're not underway. But I can see the comments are coming through loud and clear in Copenhagen and many other places. Excellent. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Last quiz, it was kind of a fun concept, that quiz of trying to do it online, and then I could watch the scores, and I quite enjoyed that, but it didn't work all that well. Wolfgang, you may need to oh, you can't see it. There we go. Yeah, it didn't work that well, the quiz, so I've got a different one this time. It's freezing. Oh, I hope it isn't freezing again. Maybe I should have rebooted the router, because I've ditched my phone, because my phone is a pain in the backside and wasn't doing the live streams very well. Oh, Wolfgang's there. Excellent. Good to have you on board, Wolfgang. Hope you're enjoying your new 2CV. Be warned, I do inspire people to buy 2CVs. It is my fault. And hopefully GSA's next. We'll see where we go. Right. If you want to get straight into the questions, I suppose we probably should. So all is going to happen, I've got the questions on my phone. I'm going to ask you various questions. You're going to write down the answers at home, or at least record whether you get the answers right. You don't have to necessarily write all the right answers down. Just tick a box, do a little tally chart, whatever. Just keep track of your scores. 30 questions. They're all a single point each, I think. I wrote this last week, so I hope so. And hopefully it'll be a bit more simple. I've tried to pitch it at a more acceptable level. I've tried to bear in mind that some of you are an awful long way from Wales and the British car market. So while naturally this British car channel is going to have a bit of a focus on those sort of cars, hopefully, yeah, I'm going to move this chair so it's not rubbing on the wall. Hopefully, more of you will get better scores. I felt a bit bad when I watched the scores last time. There wasn't a winner last time. There won't be a winner this time. This is just for fun. So please don't put your answers in the live chat. Just make a note of them at home, and we'll see where we go. So yeah, if you're ready, we shall. Yeah, good luck getting people not to write the answers in the chat. People will, I'm sure. But regardless, if you're really serious about it, then don't look at the chat. You can turn it off if you so wish. But otherwise, I will see you at the other end of this. So, question 1: the Series 3 Land Rover was sold all over the world. There you go. I'm trying to be global. What were the two wheelbase lengths to the exact inch? Were they 88 and 109 inch, 90 and 110 inch, 80 and 100 inch, or 100 and 127 inch? So A, 88 and 109, B, 90 and 110, C, 80 and 100, and D, 100 and 127. So that's the wheelbases of the Series 3 Land Rovers. That's question 1. It is multiple choice. I'm trying to make life easier for you. Question 2: what was the American Ford Pinto famous for? Was it A, its racy engines, B, revolutionary economy, C, exploding into a fireball if rear-ended, or D, surprising off-road ability? So that's question 2. What was the American Ford Pinto most famous for? Its fancy engines, or racy engines, sorry, its revolutionary economy, exploding into a fireball if rear-ended, or surprising off-road ability? So that's question 2 for you. We'll do 10 questions and have a bit of a pause. In fact, I might pause now just to drink tea out of my Betty mug. As ever, I'm displaying the merchandise you can't buy at hubnut.org because these were limited edition and we sold out. I only just managed to get my hands on a Betty mug myself, and it pleases me so much to have the Ford Fairmont AU captured forever on a Betty mug. Right. Next question. Number 3. Fiat's Lingotto factory was famous for what unusual feature? I'll repeat question 1 in a moment. What A, it was made entirely of glass. B, the walls were made from recycled cars. C, the factory was in the shape of the Fiat logo. Or D, it had a rooftop test track. So question 3, Fiat's Lingotto factory was famous for what unusual feature? A, it was made entirely out of glass. B, the walls were made from recycled cars. C, the factory was in the shape of the Fiat logo. And D, it had a rooftop test track. Don't put the answers in the chat. Very naughty of you. Don't look in the chat, everyone, if you're taking this seriously. Just to quickly recap on question 1. The Series 3 Land Rover was sold all over the world. What were the 2 wheelbase lengths to the exact inch? A, 88 and 109. B, 90 and 110. C, 80 and 100. Or D, 100 and 127. Only one of those answers is right. Scrolling back down to questions again, we've just had question 3. No answers, please. Yep, keep the answers out of the chat room. Question 4. We head to America for this one. What was the name of Michael Knight's automotive co-star? Was it A, Cat, B, Kit, D, Cot, or D, Cut? That's the name of Michael Knight's automotive co-star for question 4 here. Is it A, Cat, B, Kit, C, Cot, or D, Cut? Put your answer down somewhere, please. Put my copy of Notepad over the chat box. That's a good idea, Howard Levert. Good idea indeed. You can hide the chat for now, but we'll come back and have a natter at the end of this one. Anyway, right, question 5. We're moving on. Gotta get through these. The Rover V8 engine. Good old motor. It was a design purchased from which company? Was it A, Buick, B, Ford, C, Ferrari, or D, Chrysler? So the Rover V8 engine, it wasn't Rover's design. They purchased it from a company, and that company was A, Buick, B, Ford, C, Ferrari, or D, Chrysler. Yeah, there we go. Right. Nice to see people are behaving well here. There we go. Right. Let's carry on. My phone has just locked itself. That's really helpful. 6. Question 6. What size was the Mini's engine at launch in 1959? The options you have are A, 948cc, B, 848cc, D, 998cc, and C, 998cc, and D, 970cc. So what size was the Mini's engine at launch in 1959? A, 948cc, B, 848cc, C, 998cc, or D, 970cc. Sadly, yeah, people are just checking their answers in the live chat because they're hilarious, obviously. I guess some people like to feel good about themselves. But all those those sizes I've given you, they were all A series engine sizes. But which one was fitted to the Mini at launch? And question 7, moving into more recent territory, in which year was the new Mini released? Was it A, the year 2000, B, 2003, C, 2001, or D, 2002? And if you follow Furious Driving, you probably know the answer to that one. See what's going on here. Oh, Richard Glanville's chucked in another engine size that was available in a Mini. Was that 1071cc? Yes, that was different to the 1098cc that came later. Some very, very interesting things. I think, folks, you might be best off just ignoring the trolls in the chat room. It's an unfortunate side effect of trying to do nice things. Question 8. General Motors T car was the first world car for General Motors, sold as the Isuzu Gemini in Japan, the Holden Gemini in Australia, and Vauxhall Chevette in the UK. What was the German version called? Was it A, the Opel Capitan, B, the Opel Caspian, D, the Opel Kadett, or C, the Opel Cavette? So that's GM's first T car, sold as the Isuzu Gemini in Japan, Holden Gemini in Australia, Vauxhall Chevette in the UK. What was the German version called? Was it the A, Opel Capitan, B, Opel Caspian, C, Opel Kadett, or D, Opel Cavette? So see how you get on with that one. Yeah, no swapping answers. Yeah, we can't swap answers. Social distancing kind of prevents it. I said D before C. Oh, did I? Okay, C is Opel Kadett and D is Opel Cavette. This is more difficult than I thought, especially trying to keep an eye on this. I thought this would be much easier. Moving on to question 9. So I hope you're keeping up. How did Mercedes-Benz crash test its fin-tail saloon range in the 1950s? Was it A, by throwing them off cliffs, B, firing them into concrete walls with rockets, C, asking courier drivers to use them, or D, dropping weights on them? I'll pause at question 10, Finley, don't worry. So how did Mercedes-Benz crash test its fin-tail saloon range in the 1950s? Was it A, throwing them off cliffs, B, firing them into concrete walls with rockets, D, asking courier drivers to use them, or D, dropping weights on them? I'm mostly ignoring the idiots, Antonio. They will have their fun, whatever, won't they? That's the joy of the internet. I'm afraid there's some very bored people out there. And question 10, and then we'll have a bit of a break. Ford famously raced the GT40 at Le Mans to beat Ferrari after the Italian company rebuffed Ford's advances. But which British company developed the car? Was it A, Gordon Keeble, B, Lola, C, McLaren, or D, Aston Martin? So Ford famously raced the GT40 at Le Mans to beat Ferrari, but which British company developed the GT40? Was it Gordon Keeble as A, B, Lola, C, McLaren, or D, Aston Martin? So there you go. That's the first 10. Let's have a bit of a pause there. Lou breaks, cups of tea. I'm going for the tea option myself. So there you go. Oh, Simon Garner wants a shout out. Hello, Simon. That can be done. Chalk ice. I'm more about the tea myself, I must admit. Okay. Yeah, some people are saying some very strange things. Very difficult to try and keep an eye on these silly things whilst trying to do a chat, which I suppose is the point. But there we go. Coming right up. Don't know how you can you drink caffeine at this time. Yeah, it's getting a bit late for my cup of tea, but I've got work to do, so I need to stay awake. Have I done a hand crank video of the GSA? Not yet. That is something I would like to do. Oh, everyone wants to shout now. Hello, everyone. There we go, covered in one go. How many people have we got here? 463 people. Oh, it's just dropped to 459. Obviously, they don't like tea. Not to worry. That is very true, Don. Car was the name of Knight Rider's enemy. I remember those days. All good fun. Right. Are people ready to continue? Has tea been supped? I do like a Yorkshire tea. I'm currently on Tetley. I quite like Tetley. I haven't tried on the glittery frocks yet. I'm still surrounded by them. There just hasn't been time. There's a Renault 6 on eBay. Wow, they're quite rare. Freewheel video the GSA. Yeah, I'd like to do that. I just need to find somewhere to do it. I need a little off-road area where I can do that, and a few other things. I want to do some more tricks with the GSA, because obviously I did the DS freewheeled video fairly recently, and I need to do it a bit different to that. Makes it a bit different because it's my own car, but still I don't really want to crash it. So I think we're going to move on. So that was a good pause there. So we shall go on to question 11. Get your pens ready. What wiper fact links the Jaguar E-Type Series 1, Morgan Plus 8, and the Toyota FJ Cruiser? Is it A, the wipers can be set at any speed from slow to OMG? Is it B, they have free windscreen wipers, which is a stupid question to ask myself. I have a speech impediment. I can't do THs, but I do mean free like that. C, the wiper switch is foot operated, or D, the wipers have no triangle of doom. So what wiper fact links the Jaguar E-Type Series 1, Morgan Plus 8, and Toyota FJ Cruiser? Is it A, the wipers can be set to any speed from slow to OMG? B, they have free windscreen wipers? C, the wiper switch is foot operated? Or D, the wipers have no triangle of doom? Don't be putting the answers in the chat, please. Write them down at home for fun. That was question 11. Question 12. We're going into historic rallying now. So let's see how you do this one, people. Pat Moss, latterly Pat Moss Carlson, was the tiny sister of Sir Sterling Moss, who sadly passed away fairly recently. She won the 1960 Liège-Rome-Liège rally driving which car? And your choices are A, Austin Healey 3000, B, Mini, C, Lancia Fulvia, or D, Maserati Quattroporte. So this is the car that Pat Moss, before she was Pat Moss Carlson, won the 1960 Liège-Rome-Liège rally. Which car was she in? A, Austin Healey 3000, B, Mini, C, Lancia Fulvia, or D, Maserati Quattroporte. It wasn't an Invacar, I can guarantee that. So that's not a problem. Moving on to question 13. Which Jaguar saloon replaced the Mark V? Was it A, the Mark VI, B, the Mark VII, C, the Mark VIII, or D, the Mark I? Is your question. So which Jaguar saloon replaced the Mark V? Was it the Mark VI as A, B, the Mark VII, C, the Mark VIII, or D, the Mark I? And see how you get on with that one. Note the answers down. Do not answer in the chat, please. Question 14. What does the TD stand for on a Mercedes-Benz W123 300 TD? Another question not to put in if you can't say THs. Was it A, turbo diesel, B, trendy diesel, C, touring diesel, or D, the diesel? So what does the TD stand for on a Mercedes-Benz W123 300 TD? Was it A, turbo diesel, B, trendy diesel, C, touring diesel, or D, the diesel? Are we still keeping up? 15. The Sherpa van finally ended production in 2006. But what was it called at the end? Was it A, the Leyland DAF 200, B, the Freight Rover, C, the Morris Major, and D, the LDV Pilot? Which one of those was it? Now, I've included this. A lot of you might be thinking, we don't know what the Sherpa van is, but one appeared in James Bond and got eaten by Jaws, the old Sherpas. But this is what it finally ended production as. Was it the A, Leyland DAF 200, B, the Freight Rover, C, the Morris Major, or D, the LDV Pilot? Answer away. Write your answers down. Robert Park, have you ever driven an Avenger Tiger? Yes, but it was a very long time ago, and very enjoyable. I think the Hillman Avengers generally are vastly underrated cars. They're very pleasant. Question 16. With which company did Frenchman Sebastian Loeb spend the vast majority of his rally career? Absolutely remarkable rally driver, Sebastian Loeb. I lose track of how many times he won, but all the other drivers basically gave up, I think, in the end. But with which company did Frenchman Sebastian Loeb spend the vast majority of his rally career? Was it A, Citroën, B, Hyundai, C, Peugeot, D, Renault? So Sebastian Loeb, was he a driver at A, Citroën, B, Hyundai, C, Peugeot, or D, Renault for the vast majority of his rally career? Well, people are talking about LDVs. Yes, they do rust. When's the next photo session for sending photos in? I've still got a backlog of photos I need to get through. As I started tinkering again, I've had less time for sitting down with the laptop and getting photos in order. Something I definitely need to crack on with. So we'll see how we go there. We'll move on. This is an interesting one. Question 17. What unusual option could you specify on the 1988 Toyota Mark II? Was it A, a sat-nav that spoke with the voice of John Cleese? B, alloy wheels with LEDs that wrote messages as you drove down the road? C, windscreen wipers but on the side windows? Or D, color-changing headlamps? So what unusual option could you specify on the 1988 Toyota Mark II? Was it A, a sat-nav that spoke with the voice of John Cleese? B, alloy wheels with LEDs that wrote messages as you drove down the road? C, windscreen wipers for the side windows? Or D, color-changing headlamps? And that's that one done. We've got two more normal questions, and then we're going into a HubNut bonus round. So we'll see how we get on. And Furious Driving drove Kay Hewitt's car recently. What car is that, Kay Hewitt? I know he's got out and started doing reviews again. I haven't yet. I'm hoping next week to get out and start doing my reviews. So we'll see how we go. Right. Question 18. Which of the following cars was not designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro, or his Italdesign company? So not designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro. Was it A, the Volkswagen Golf or Rabbit to Americans Mark 1? B, the Volvo 340? C, the Daewoo Matiz? Or D, the Lancia Delta? So which design was not by Giorgetto Giugiaro? Was it A, the Volkswagen Golf stroke Rabbit Mark 1? B, the Volvo 340? C, the Daewoo Matiz? Or D, Lancia Delta? So we'll see how we go with that one. And question 19. This is the last, so we'll pause another one after this. One of the following is fake news. You've got to identify which one it is. A, Carroll Shelby produced a tuned version of the American market Talbot Horizon. So A, Carroll Shelby produced a tuned version of the American market Talbot Horizon. Fake news or not? B, Reliant built the bodies of the Ford RS200 Group B rally car. So B, Reliant built the bodies of the Ford RS200 Group B rally car. C, Volvo built the Saab 900 convertibles. C, Volvo built the Saab 900 convertibles. Real or fake? And D, Frank Sinatra owned several examples of the Jaguar XJS. So D, Frank Sinatra owned several examples of the Jaguar XJS. So one of those is absolute rubbish. I'll just quickly run through those again. So A, Carroll Shelby produced a tuned version of the American market Talbot Horizon. Did that really happen? B, Reliant built the bodies of the Ford RS200 Group B rally car. Truth or lie? C. Volvo built the Saab 900 convertibles. Have I made that up, or is that genuine truth? And D. Frank Sinatra owned several examples of the Jaguar XJS. Real or not? One of those four was utter rubbish. Note down which one it was. And we'll just have a quick pause, and we'll see how the chat's going for a moment, and then we'll plunge into HubNut knowledge, and we'll see who wins. Not that it really matters, but yeah, people are still putting answers in the chat because people will. I guess that's the problem. Doing this quiz while watching traffic cops. The quiz is much more enjoyable. Oh, thank you very much. I've never watched traffic cops. I don't know what they do. I presume it's about cops who stop traffic. Right, if we're ready, we're going to jump straight into the HubNut round. Oh, thank you, Revolution11 over in Canada, for your kindly donation. Just in time for the HubNut round. So, here we go. Question 20. What car did I take around the Silverstone circuit? Was it A. Skoda Favorit, B. Invacar, C. Honda SMX, or D. Mazda 323F? One of those four cars I have driven around the Silverstone circuit, and only one of those. Was it A, the Skoda Favorit, B, the Invacar, C, a Honda SMX, or D, Mazda 323F? And note your answers at home, not in the chat, and we shall see how you did later. Oh, thank you, Sam. That's a very generous donation to the tea fund there. That's all the good. I finished my tea this time, but I did have to purchase more this very week. So it's all good times. Perhaps there is a way to include the chat in the results. Yeah, I don't quite understand that, but I suppose I could have just turned the chat off. That might have been an even better idea while I focused on this. But hey, it's lessons. It's lessons. I would quite like to do this again at some point. Yeah, I'm not sure I can actually turn the chat off from this point, but we're well underway, so we'll carry on. Question 21. How many times did Rich and I get stopped on the Mighty Dacia road trip in 2018? You may recall we got stopped by the police. Oh, I've just given away that was really clever of me. But yeah, how many times did we get stopped by the police on the Mighty Dacia road trip? It won't be one of these. You definitely know that. Was it A, 6 times, B, 8 times, C, 3 times, or D, none? Well, if you were paying attention to the question, my appalling attempt to read it out, you know, it definitely isn't D. So how many times did Rich and I get stopped by the police on the Mighty Dacia road trip in 2018? Was it A, 6, B, 8, or C, 3 times, or D, no times? Oh, thank you, Scottish car enthusiasts as well, and Torben Brendan Peterson. Is that Nordic Krona? I'm guessing a knock. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Oh, I must go to Norway again. It is a splendid country. All the Scandinavian countries are. I like it up there very much. Question 22. And I gave this answer in a recent video, so you should know. What was the very first car featured on HubNut back when it was Classic Hub? Was it A, the Daihatsu Sirion, B, the Nissan Leaf, C, the Citroen 2CV, or D, the Ford Orion? So the first video on this channel, I mean, you can go and look if you really want to cheat, but if you're playing properly, you won't. But it was in a recent video. What was the first car featured on HubNut back when it was Classic Hub? Was it A, the Daihatsu Sirion, B, the Nissan Leaf, C, the Citroen 2CV, or D, the Ford Orion? Note down the answers at home, and we'll have a catch up at the end. Moving on to question 23. What bus did I drive for my 30,000 subscribers video? Was it A, an MCW Metro bus, B, an AEC Routemaster, C, a Volvo Ailsa, or D, a Leyland National? So what bus did I drive for my 30,000 subscribers video? Was it A, an MCW Metro bus, B, an AEC Route Master, C, a Volvo Ailsa, or D, a Leyland National? And oddly, I can tell you, I found one of those buses in New Zealand and one in Tasmania. So there's a bit of a clue if you were really paying attention to that trip. Right, 24. We're back to the motor racing again. Which motor racing circuit has Took the Invercar been around? Is it A, Donington Park, B, Goodwood, C, Thruxton, or D, Castle Combe? So Took the Invercar, which one has she been around? Is it A, Donington Park, B, Goodwood, C, Thruxton, or D, Castle Combe? So yeah, write the answers down. Don't be giving the answers out in the chat. You're not making yourself look big and clever there. You're just spoiling it for everyone else. I'm just going to wait a bit for people to catch up. Tour of Ireland would be great. I've already done a tour of Ireland. Me and Ellie have been over and had a run around Ireland. We didn't see all that much of it. I would like to have got further west, but there's never enough time to get everywhere, is there? Right, question 25. Who was the star of HubNut's first lockdown interview? I did a series of interviews this time recently, but who was the first one I interviewed? Was it A, Matt from Furious Driving? Was it B, Steph from iDriver Classic? Was it C, Johnny Smith from Car Pervert and Telly Things? Or D, Paul Cowland from Salvage Hunters Classic Cars? So who was the star of HubNut's first lockdown interview? And I've interviewed all four of those, but who was first? Was it A, Matt from Furious Driving, B, Steph from iDriver Classic, C, Johnny Smith from Car Pervert and Telly Things, or D, Paul Cowland from Salvage Hunters Classic Cars? I can confirm it wasn't Lady Gaga. I think she'd be an interesting person to talk to be honest. You just never know what these people are like in reality. And moving on to question 26. And I'm just going to cover up that t-shirt for a moment because I didn't plan this one through. What sort of car was Betty? She's took HubNut all over New Zealand. So was Betty a Holden Commodore VL, B, a Nissan Tiana, C, a Ford Fairmont AU, or D, a Trekker? So what sort of car was Betty? She took me all over New Zealand. Was she A, Holden Commodore VL, B, Nissan Tiana, C, Ford Fairmont AU, or D, Trekker? Bet Gaga has great cars, says John Bushell. Maybe I should ask her. Dear Gaga. Always fun to ask these people, isn't it? Does Johnny Smith still wear those ridiculous rings? I don't want to get into what Johnny Smith's wearing or where he's wearing them, to be honest. Let's not go there. And question 27. We're nearing the end, folks. Don't worry. Where didn't HubNut take Ellie the 2CV in 2019? So one of the following countries is somewhere she didn't go in 2019. Was it A, Scotland, B, the Netherlands, or Holland if you prefer, but the Netherlands is the correct term, C, Croatia, or D, Switzerland? So where didn't I take Ellie the 2CV in 2019? A, Scotland, B, the Netherlands, C, Croatia, D, Switzerland. Oh, we're getting near the end. This is going to be good. Took would be hilarious doing the NC 500. Yeah, Ellie's already done it. So, yeah. I definitely need to do more road trips in Took. The problem is I think Took needs more work before she can undertake, important stuff. Right, moving on to question 28. In July 2018, I bought two cars in one day. One was a Rover 45 V6. What was the other? Was it A, Vauxhall Omega, B, Honda SMX, C, Daewoo Matiz, or D, Toyota RAV4? So July 2018, I bought two cars in one day. One was a Rover 45 V6, which I still miss that car. and my friend Gavin has still got it. But what was the other car I bought that day? Was it A, a Vauxhall Omega, B, a Honda SMX, C, a Daewoo Matiz, or D, a Toyota RAV4? And before you go quickly scurrying off and trying to look through my back catalogue, I have owned all of those cars. But only one of them is the correct answer. Oh no, Dave Straight is half an hour behind. Oh well. Oh well, blimey, we're over half an hour already. Right, I need to get a move on. So 29, question 29. Why was the first Proton video I did surprising? Was it A, it was the first video to feature George the Cat? B, Ellie the 2CV stole the show by losing a wheel? C, it went viral in Malaysia? Or D, it was the only Proton video at the time on YouTube? Only one of those is the right answer. So why was my first Proton video surprising? Was it the first video to feature George the Cat? That's question A. B, Ellie stole the show by losing a wheel? C, the video went viral in Malaysia? Or D, it was the only Proton video on YouTube at the time? And then we got one more question left. So yeah, stop putting your answers in the chat box. You're not meant to be doing that. And if you're playing along at home, just hide the chat, write your answers down. There is only one more question. So and it is, where was the first international HubNut meeting held? Was it A, the Netherlands, B, Croatia, C, Australia, or D, France? So the first international HubNut meeting, it was held in 2019. Was it held in the Netherlands as A, B, Croatia, C, Australia, or D, France? And that is the last question. And I'll give you a few minutes to have a ponder there and start doing your totting up. Oh, no, you can't do totting up. I haven't told you the results yet. I haven't told you the answers. So, yeah, we'll just give you a bit of time before we crack on with those. And I'll give the answers out shortly. I may regret this. Oh, thank you for that. 2 pints of cider. Slight issue. I don't drink, but thank you very much. Maybe I should offer tea or something instead, but there we go. So how are we all getting on? If you're very quick, I can repeat one or two questions, but I may regret saying that because I'm now just going to get a huge list of basically all the questions. We haven't got time to run through all of them again. So if you want one repeating, be quick, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't care if you got it all right. It was just for fun. Exactly. We're just having a bit of a giggle here. I have no prizes. And as people have been putting the answers up in the chat box, I'm hardly able to keep it nice. Can you? Can you get 2 pints of cider for a £5? That's a good point. You certainly can't in London. I doubt you can even get one in London. They can watch the video again. That's a good point. Oh, thank you, Icy Ollie. And right, can you go for a wee? You can, but I'm going to start reading the answers out very shortly. And once I unlock my phone again. So question 1, the Series 3 Land Rover was sold all over the world. Question number 2, oh no, people are going to want questions again. 13, right, let's just quickly do this. Question 13 is, which Jaguar saloon replaced the Mark V? A, Mark 6, B, Mark 7, C, Mark 8, or D, Mark 1? And so that's that one. Question 20 for Chris, the Snail driver. That's the first of the HubNut questions. What car did I take around the Silverstone circuit? Was it A, Skoda Favorit, B, Invacar, C, Honda SMX, or D, Mazda 323F? Sam Horton managed to miss question 5. The Rover V8 engine was a design purchased from which company? A, Buick, B, Ford, C, Ferrari, D, Chrysler. Nigel Richardson wants question 2. What was the American Ford Pinto most famous for? Its racy engines as A, B, its revolutionary economy, C, exploding into a fireball if rear-ended, or D, surprising off-road ability. And oh, can I have 5 bonus points? Oh no, YouTube crashed. Oh dear. I have to do a bit of an average on those, I think. Any news about Foxanne? Foxanne was in today's video, so go and watch that move, Sky. Right. I think that's everyone. Oh no, someone wants question 30 again. So we'll just scroll right to the end. Question 30, where was the first international HubNut meeting held? Was it A, the Netherlands, B, Croatia, C, Australia, D, France? And that is definitely the last of it all. And I'm going to do question 1. So Dax, you will get the question and then I'll give the answer. So you have to note it really quickly. The Series 3 Land Rover was sold all over the world. What were the two wheelbase lengths to the exact inch? A, 88 and 109, B, 90 and 110, C, 80 and 100, or D, 100 and 127. Note your answer down, Dax, out of those 4, and I'm waiting for you to write that down. I'm hoping you've written it down now. And here we go. So the Series 3 Land Rover, the two wheelbase lengths were A, 88 and 109 inch. Funnily enough, the Land Rover 90 and 110 came after them and replaced that. But while the 110 had a wheelbase of 110, the 90 had a wheelbase of 92.7 inches, I think it was. But that's not the question. 2, what was the American Ford Pinto most famous for? It was C, exploding into a fireball if rear-ended. Not a reputation you really want. Question number 3, Fiat's Lingotto factory was famous for what unusual feature? It was D, it had a rooftop test track. It wasn't that it was made entirely of glass. So D for question 3 is the correct answer. No picture round. No, I'll have to do that next time. Question 4, what was the name of Michael Knight's automotive co-star in Knight Rider? It was B, Kit, K-I-T-T. Question 5, the Rover V8 engine was a design purchased from which company? It was A, Buick. Question 6, what size was the Mini's engine at launch in 1959? It was B, 848cc. It was meant to be 948cc, but they felt the Minis were too fast, so they created a special small answer for that one. Question 1 was A. Is the answer to that one? Oh, thanks, Darren. You were correcting it in there anyway. Question 7, in which year was the new Mini released? Was it yeah, I don't have to go through them all again. It was C, 2001. So next year is the anniversary year, 20 years of new Mini, which is mind-boggling. So that was question 7. Sorry, Ali, I've got to get a shift on or I'll never get through all these. We'll take a pause again at 8. Sorry, at 10. Question 8, GM's T-Car, their world car, their first one. Vauxhall Chevette here, Holden Gemini in Australia, Isuzu Gemini in Japan. The correct answer is C, the Opel Kadett. The Opel Kadett, D, I made up entirely. So 8 is C. The Mini also had a 1270cc engine. It had a 1275cc engine. There were lots of different Mini engine sizes. I only included 4 of them. Question 1 is A. Everyone seems to have missed that one. Question 9, how did Mercedes-Benz crash test its Fintail saloons range in the 1950s? It was B. They fired them into concrete walls with rockets, which I think is very inventive of them. There are various photos circulating where the rocket, it was a sled behind the car, would accelerate it up to speed and then disconnect. And sometimes it didn't, and it smashed it into the wall with extra force. So crazy Germans. Question 10. Ford famously raced the GT40 at Le Mans, but who actually developed it? It was B, Lola. Emma Jacobs, why did the first Mini Cooper have a 997cc engine? It's a very good question. And they developed a 998cc version instead. Yeah, there's some very strange things gone on in the life of the Mini. I think it's to do with different bore strokes and restrictions for racing, possibly. Question 11, the wiper fact that links the Jaguar E-Type Series 1, Morgan Plus 8, and Toyota FJ Cruiser, it is B. They have 3 windscreen wipers. Musty One has been doing stuff with FJ Cruisers recently. Mr. Keyboard Commando is complaining that he gets advertising for Filipinas looking for love. The problem there, Mr. Keyboard Commando, is the adverts you get are more to do with what you're looking at on the internet than what I'm looking at. Sorry, mate. Question 12. Pat Moss. Which rally did she win? She won the 1960 Liège-Rome-Liège. What car was the question? Question 12. It's A. Austin Healey 3000. She was a remarkable woman. First time I drove an Austin Healey 3000, I couldn't believe it. Her co-driver had to lift her feet off the floor because it was so hot because of the sports exhaust. So question 12 is A. Question 13, which Jaguar saloon replaced the Mark V? Oddly, it was the Mark VII. There was no Mark VI, and the Mark I was the new compact design. So 13 is B. Question 14, what does TD stand for on a Mercedes-Benz W123 300 TD? It is C, touring diesel. Touring being the estate. That's what that stands for. A lot of people think it stands for turbo diesel. No, no, no. Question 15. Sherpa van finally ended production in 2006, but what was it called at the end? D, LDV Pilot. Still use very much the same body as not just the Sherpas, but the earlier J4, I think it was as well. So a very long production history there. Question 16. With which company did Frenchman Sebastian Loeb spend the vast majority of his rally career? A, Citroën. So 16 is A. 17. What unusual option could you specify on the 1988 Toyota Mark II? The answer is C, wipers for the side window, but kept the view of the mirrors clear. There was a Nissan, I forget the name of the Nissan, but was available with wipers on the mirrors. Got to hand it to the Japanese. Excellent versions there. Oh no, I made that error with the W123 Mercedes. The touring was apparently the S123. That would make sense. And R, I think, is the sports cars. So it was an R107 SL. So it's a fair point. Got that one wrong. 18. Which of these was not designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro? It was B, the Volvo 340. He did design the Volkswagen Golf Stroke Rabbit, the Daewoo Matiz, and the Lancia Delta. How's that for a CV? So question 18 is B. 19. One of the following is fake news. Which? A. Sorry, no, it isn't A. It's C. Volvo built the Saab 900 convertibles. No, that was nonsense. They were built by Saab in Finland, I believe, the convertibles. I think possibly in the same factory that also made Porsche Boxsters. I could be wrong on that. So 19, the answer is C. We're into the HubNut round. What car did I take around the Silverstone circuit? It was D, the Mazda 323F. Cheapest car that's ever gone on a track day, I imagine. I had a lot of fun in that car. And yeah, so Invercar, no, has not been around Silverstone. 21, how many times did Rich and I get stopped by the police on the Mighty Dacia road trip? It was A, 6. 6 times we were stopped by the police in 5 different countries. Thankfully, we were only shaken down by dodgy cops once in Bosnia. What a trip that was. Do go and check it out if you haven't already. 22, the first car to be featured on HubNut back when it was Classic Hub was B, the Nissan Leaf. An unlikely first car, but that's where it all began. That's what started me off. 23, what bus did I drive for my 30,000 subs? It was D, the Leyland National. And I found one of those in Tasmania. So I found an AEC Routemaster in New Zealand, unexpectedly, on the South Island, and a Leyland National in Tasmania. Question 24, which motor racing circuit has took the Invercar been around? It's B, Goodwood. Chased an E-Type around there just over a year ago now, which is just mind-blowing. The adventures I've had in that little car. Wow. 25, who was the star of HubNut's first lockdown interview? It was A, Matt from Furious Driving. So 25A. 26, what sort of car was Betty? She took HubNut all over New Zealand. C, Ford Fairmont AU. and there she is in all her glory. I still get updates every now and then from the current owners of Betty, which is lovely to see. Question 27. Where didn't I take Ellie the 2CV last year? D. Switzerland. We did go to Scotland, the Netherlands, and Croatia, and many other countries last year. I had a really busy year last year. 28. In July 2018, I bought 2 cars in one day, one of which was a Rover 45 V6. What was the other? C. Daewoo Matiz. I bought my Matiz back. The Matiz I bought brand new in 1999. I bought again in 2018, and I still have Myrtle the Matiz today. So yeah, very pleased about that. Question 29. Why was the first Proton video surprising? It was C. It went viral in Malaysia. Entirely unexpected. I ended up on an English language news site over there, and many comments from many proud Malaysians. So hello if you're watching from Malaysia. Quite a few people have still stayed in touch, even though I don't currently have any Malaysian cars. And the last one, 30. Where was the first international HubNut meeting held? It was the Netherlands. Yeah, that was amazing, really, to start traveling around the world and meet lots of new friends. So thank you if you were there. It was really good. So yeah, go on then. You can put your scores in the comment section now. Come along and there's no shame if you didn't do well. It's all fine. It's all about the taking part, really. Oh, some good scores in. Yeah, people doing well. 20 out of 30 is not bad. 25 out of 30 is even better. 25 out of 28. Oh, someone must have missed 2 questions. Yeah, so some decent scores there. Yep, another one on 25 there. Well done. Yeah, good times. That's good. That suggests I've managed to pitch it a bit better. I want people to do fairly well, so loads of people in the 20s. That's really good. Scores are pinging in thick and fast now. There's about 500 of you taking part. I'm just trying to see if anyone got all of them. Oh, Kay's husband got 28. That's good. That's good. 26 there. Oh, yes. Only 9 out of 23, but it was fun anyway. Good. 9. Don't worry. It's all about the having a look. Yeah. Wow. That's, yeah, some really good scores. Well done, people. Well, that was a good bit of fun, I think. I don't know if that was better or worse than the last quiz, the online one I tried to do. Yeah. That's an email just in, which is important, actually. It's from Adam Gompertz, who runs the Revs Restored. He's doing a thing on Facebook where he basically gets guests to come in and do little live videos. So I will be doing that. So look for Revs Restored. I'll just see what the page is on here. Let's see if I can find it. Revs Restored. There we go. Right. Let me grab this link and I'll paste it straight into the live stream. So I'm going to be involved with this event appearing at 11:15 on Sunday morning. I'm going to do a quick walk around the Citroen GSA. It's only 15 minutes, so I won't have much time to chat, but I would be delighted if you come along and join the fun on there. So yeah, unfortunately it is Facebook. Not everyone does Facebook, but yeah, you can come along, and they've got special guests throughout the day. Paul Cowland, who I interviewed, is going to be on there. The Practical Classics team, I think Danny Hopkins is on after me. Good lad is Danny. He's the editor of Practical Classics magazine. So yeah, it's all good times. I try to keep up with the comments. There's so many comments coming in, but yeah, I'm glad everyone seems to have enjoyed that. What's the newest car you have reviewed? Says Davster Wrexham. Probably the Jaguar I-Pace. That was pretty new. Although I've done Volkswagen E-Up, Volkswagen E-Golf. You know, they were all sort of brand new at the time. Why not put the questions on Twitter and then? Oh, I suppose that's not a bad idea. I could just dump the questions out there and then give you the answers a bit later on. Yeah, all good fun. Oh, thank you, VidFlex. That's very kind of you. 24 out of 30, not a bad score, sir. I assume you're a sir. That was a bit assumptive of me, but yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, well, I'm glad people enjoyed it. It's just something a bit different, and that's the thing. Especially when the weather's just turned miserable. I don't know how it is wherever you are in the world, but in the UK, it's very much weather-wise. It's not been good at all. Yeah, it's just nice to do fun, different things, which is why I'm getting involved with the Res Restored thing this weekend. So don't come and find that on Facebook. I watched some of the last ones. Steph from iDriver Classic was on there. I think. Oh yeah, that was the one I was most intrigued by. Fuzz Townsend drove his bus live on Facebook, which I thought was very brave of him. Slightly overran his time slot, but it was brilliant fun. Yeah, you see, it's miserable weather everywhere. Oh yeah, thinking of you in Cork, because we've just had a storm. Well, it was about an hour or two ago, a storm went over. It looked very black across the sea, and I was feeling sorry for Ireland because that looks nasty. Yeah. Oh, Simon Redfern got 26 out of 30 and will consult a therapist promptly. It's probably best. Falling Embers, thank you very much. Oh, enjoyed the tinkering video earlier today. Yes, tinkering with the fleet again. I always that rubbish at working on cars, or have I just forgotten? Because yeah, I'm just rubbish at it. Uh, oh, thank you, Bucharest Guided Tours, who did give me a tour of Bucharest. Me and Rich enjoyed that not last year, 2 years ago now. Mighty Dacia Mission. We just got back about this time last year. Have you ever considered sampling a 106 rally? I think there were cool rallies here. I seem to remember Vicky Butler Henderson getting lift off oversteer on one very early in her career on Top Gear. Yeah, that was quite the introduction, squealing away as the car squealed away. People have been checking out the back catalogue. Yeah, thank you. There's a lot of them. I know people are doing that because I can watch the stats, and the recent videos, the tally doesn't add up. So I know people are trawling through the back catalogue. That's good stuff. There will be more tinkering, don't you worry. I think the next video you're going to see, I won't do one tomorrow because I've done 2 videos today. But on Friday, I think it'll be the Ford Territory, an Australian-only SUV. Very, very interesting. And yeah, that's going to be Friday's video. And then I'm not doing a live stream this weekend, so maybe Saturday I'll post the GSA video. I did some tinkering with the GSA, only very short stuff. I don't think it'll be a very long video. I'll get that out on Saturday. And then I've still got probably 13, 14 road tests from Australia to come. And then we can, wrap that one up. But I'm going to stop there. I think I've been prattling on quite long enough. Have I driven a Triumph Stag? No, it's on the list. Someone emailed me the other day, actually, but he's in Norfolk, which is, by UK standards, a long way away. By American standards, just around the corner. But traveling is still a bit of an issue in the UK at the moment. So getting out and doing these things is still a bit difficult. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Do you think the NEC show will be on? I hope so. But if large gatherings are still out the question by then, it won't. But yeah, I'm going to have to end that one there. So thank you, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you've had good fun taking part. Obviously, I'll leave this here because people can always take part later. It's a quiz that just keeps on working. So yeah, there we go. Just maybe I hope people haven't watched the live chat. Maybe I'll put that in the comments. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I've no idea when the next quiz will be. If people have enjoyed it, I will do it again, or maybe I'll send the quiz questions out and then we can just talk through the answers. That might be an easier way of doing it. We'll see. But yeah, thank you all for coming along. It's been really good fun. I've enjoyed it very much, and you have too, I hope. And yeah, check out videos. Don't forget to check out today's tinkering video if you haven't seen it already. And I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Farewell.